Hello everyone, welcome back. Module number 3. Now we have a new guest today joining us for module number 3, how to hit the golf ball off high tee. Last time, module number 2, we learned how to hit the golf ball off the ground. We learned a couple of principles, which were again, hit the ground. Absolutely. Principle number 1, you hit the ground. Principle number 2, you hit the ground in a very specific spot, which was where again? It's on your lead side. Absolutely. Now with a high tee and a driver, right? What could be the first principle? If the first principle was off the ground, hit the ground, what could be the first principle of a high tee? Don't hit the ground, miss the ground. It's very important to know. What we're going to do is literally swing the driver and however you want to, but don't hit the ground. Super good. I love it. All right, so as you're training more and more, we're in week 3. I know you've practiced a little bit. Your club face awareness becomes better. You're getting finer and finer with your awareness. How this club face moves in space. Fantastic. Let's go to the next step. And we're going to still miss the ground, but we're going to try to hit the tee simultaneously. So it's what we're going to do is put the tee down, right? And now I want you to hit this tee only. All right, so we're going to become aware again of our low point being low enough to the ground to hit the tee, but not hit the tee. Let's do it again. Fantastic. Well done. Our first principle is miss the ground. Our second principle with the ground shots was hit the ground on the lead side of the ball. If the second principle was hit the ground on the left side with the ground shots, what could be the second principle with the driver? Miss the ground on the right side. Because if you want to get the best out of your driver distance, here's how the club face needs to be moving in space. Taryn, come a little closer, you can see it. The driver is swinging back somewhere to the top of the golf swing, coming down. Now the lowest point should be before the ball, and then as you're coming up on an ascending hit, you want to hit the tee. Okay? So the low point is not on the left side. The low point is on the right side. And the driver has very little loft, and you want to launch the golf ball up in the air with an ascending hit. So this is not so easy. What we're going to do now is put 3 golf balls down. 1, 2, 3. And now I want you to hit this tee again without hitting the ball. Generally, we want to have about a hand width, if not more. Tee should be pretty high. In order to achieve the skill of hitting the driver, hitting the tee on an ascending hit, a couple things must change in setup. First thing that must change, go to your setup again. Which ball position do you think is advantageous to achieve this skill? Further left or further right? Just shuffle your feet a little bit. Good, perfect. All right, the other thing that needs to change a little bit is your spine tilt. Here you got very little side bend. As you can, the low point shifts too far forward. That's fantastic for iron shots, but with the driver, we don't want to hit the ground, and we want to have the low point on the right side. All right, so let's do it again. Fantastic, there you go. Now we're going to add some side bend. Look at the stick real quick. About 15 degrees to the right. Perfect. Awesome. Good. Now hit the tee again, maintain that side bend, and hit the tee, just go for it. Fantastic. Okay, so we learned how the ball position, which as a rule of thumb, inside of the left heel and more side bend to the right, allows me to deliver a club face to the lowest point back here and then hitting it high on the tee like this, coming up. Okay? If somebody has the ball position too far back and too little side bend, it's very easy to hit the ground. So now we learned how the ball position and the side bend dictates the skill, whether you can hit the driver without the ground and the low point being enough to the right side. So as a rule of thumb, you want to have the left heel and the ball in line, and you want to add a couple degrees of side bend to the right, and that allows you to swing back, come to its lowest point here, and then hit it high off a tee like that. Okay? So now it's time to hit some golf shots, and I suggest for all of you right now, you tee the ball up pretty high, have 3 golf balls about a foot width apart, and that's your first training exercise to hit golf shots off a high tee. Nice. So let's go to our next principle. First principle again was miss the ground. Second principle was control the low point being on the right hand side, sweeping up on the tee. Our third principle and fourth principle do not change between the ground shots and the tee shots. So third principle was hit the middle of face, control your horizontal sweet spot between the toe and the hosel. And again, here we go again with our strike spray, indicating where we hit the golf ball on the face. I have one here on the toe, and Terence had one on the hosel. So again, here you want to obviously be right in the middle. So if you had one here on the hosel and had one here on the toe, you guys should meet in the middle and kind of practice practice the opposite. So Terence, I want you to hit one on the toe, and Tori, I want you to hit one on the hosel. We always start in the middle of the face, and on the downswing we redirect. Hit one on the toe, Terence. Fantastic. Beautiful. Did you hit one on the toe? All right. Once you know the toe and the hosel, again, it's about eventually feeling the middle of the face. If you don't have strike space, you can always put 2 golf balls down, left and right, going to help you to indicate how to hit the middle of the face. You can see beginner golfers are all over the place in the beginning, right? What I want you to know is how important it is to hit the middle of the face. Technique is important, but hitting the middle of the face is even more important. So for the sake of easy math, it's so important to understand. Let's say this club face travels at 100 miles per hour. Okay? The energy transfer is regulated in the middle of the face, in the middle of the face. It's regulated to transfer only 1.5 times the energy into the ball. Miles per hour, this will be 150 miles per hour, right? If you hit the golf ball a little bit on the right side, where we actually saw a good hit, your energy transfer is not 1.5 anymore, it's probably 1.42, 1.45. So you're losing 6-7 miles per hour ball speed. Per mile per hour ball speed, 3 yards carry distance less. So just when you go from here to here, this tiniest little bit of this speed spot separation here, from here to here, you're losing 20 yards of carry distance. That's how precise the game is. Okay. So the first principle was in driving, miss the ground. Second principle was hit the low point before the ball so you can sweep up on this tee. Third principle is hitting the middle of the face. And the fourth principle is also the same, like it is with iron shots. The third and the fourth principle is the same. Dial in your club face awareness, open, closed, and square, like we did last time. We're not going to show you how to do this now. As you're hitting drives, if the golf ball is going to the right, you know that the club face was open. If the golf ball was hitting straight, the club face was square. And if the golf ball was going left, the club face was closed. And give yourself more the right thing, whatever you need.